you're planning a golf trip to Hilton Head and want something that feels different from the typical resort course, Hilton Head National might be exactly what you're looking for. Designed by Gary Player and Bobby Weed, this public layout gives you a pure golf experience with no homes lining the fairways, plenty of strategic design to keep you thinking all day. Let's take a look at what makes it unique. If you're coming down for a golf trip, playing multiple rounds, or you're just looking for a place that's peaceful and secluded, this is a great fit. You're not going to find backyards or condos off every tee. It's a place that really feels like you're in your own little bubble for 4 hours. It's built on fairly flat, low country land, but it's the shaping and mounding that gives it much more character than you'd expect. One of the first things that stood out to me about this place was how some of the greens are framed. The second hole, your approach shot feels like you're hitting into an arena. You have a green that really just has short grass all around it and then goes straight to this thick brush. So it's a very defined area that you're hitting into and just kind of gives it a neat sense of character right off the bat. The third hole in particular is one that stuck with me. The fairway snakes its way up toward the green and it really encourages you to shape the ball both ways. Off the tee, you've got to be on the right side of the fairway if you want any chance of reaching the green in two, but the bunkers in your sightline might want to make you hit it towards the left side. And even if you do hit the right side of the fairway, there's a group of trees that poke out of the fairway about 50 to 60 yards short of the green that are going to force you to have to draw around them if you want to reach it. It's just such a sneaky good hole that stood out to me. This place has got a really strong set of par 3s. On the front nine, you've got the fourth hole, which played only about 165 yards from the blue tees, and it's just got this sandy waste bunker area between the tee box and the green. It makes it just visually appealing. I just think it's a good looking hole, and it also just adds that slight bit of visual intimidation knowing that you have to clear it. And then later you get to the seventh hole, which I think is one of the neatest. Again, going back to framing of greens. It's this little arena feeling, hole. Played 125 yards. You've got this marshy area short right that you have to clear or you're taking a penalty shot. And if you bail out to the left, you've got these mounds that are just deflecting your ball either into a bunker or, farther away to the left. I just think that's such a good hole, which is really, it's a shot you just have to step up and hit. So on the front nine, 2 strong par 3s. The sixth hole is the course's signature hole, and it's the definition of risk-reward. It plays less than 300 yards from the back tees, but it's got a straight-line water hazard down the right. It's just waiting for your slice or fade off the tee. There's a bunker on the center right of the fairway, a giant mound with bunkers carved into it at about a 250-yard spot. You have a handful of trees that creep into the fairway along the left, making it feel even more narrow. It's a hole you could lay back, hit a mid-iron off the tee, and still have a wedge in your hand for the approach. Or you can be aggressive, push it down there as far towards the green as you can, but if you end up in any of those bunkers on the left, you've now got a 40-yard bunker shot with the water behind the pin. It's the type of hole that can turn an easy par into a double. Before we get too much further, I want to bring up one of the big advantages about Hilton Head National, and that's its value. Depending on the season and the time of the day, rates can range from around $75 to $170. Winter and afternoon rounds tend to offer the best value, while the peak spring dates are the priciest. And this video is actually done in partnership with Hilton Head Golf Tourism, so if you're planning a trip down here, playthegolfisland.com makes it easy to compare courses, book packages, and build a full itinerary. I'll link them below if you want to check it out. Also, a unique thing here at Hilton Head National is they have an RV park on property, so if you're traveling in an RV or if you want to do a different type of stay and play experience, it's just something you don't see anywhere else. So you get into the back nine, and the 12th is a hole that really stood out to me. It's got a forced carry off the tee to a diagonal fairway, so you can potentially run through it into the trees and into the woods. But then in the fairway, it's got these little tiers and slopes and mounds, and your approach shot feels like it's just straight down a chute. And it's almost like you've got the mounds kind of just like funnel and are just giving you a direct line to the green. So it's a really neat view in terms of the approach shot. And again, it's another one of those holes that's just framed and feels almost like a little arena. So the 12th is one that stood out to me. I really want to hammer home the point of how scenic and peaceful this place is. The 15th hole is a great example of it. I talked earlier about how Hilton Head National has a strong set of par 3s, and 15 is this Redan type par 3 that's just framed so beautifully, especially in that golden hour lighting. Overall, Hilton Head National is a great option if you want a public course in the Hilton Head area that feels more pure and less residential. It offers strategic design from Gary Player and Bobby Weed, interesting shaping on relatively flat land, and a peaceful setting that separates it from a lot of the resort-style courses nearby. So, if you're planning a golf trip to Hilton Head and you want something that balances fun, challenge, and value, this is absolutely one to consider adding to your itinerary. If you're looking for more course overviews and Carolina golf intel, make sure to subscribe. We'll keep breaking down courses so you know exactly what to expect before you tee it up. We'll see you next time.